All right, guys, we're going to open the podcast with, you know who I miss but never really knew about, but I miss? There's people that existed or were famous before I was old enough to understand their impact on society or what they did. And I'm really annoyed that I feel like I should have been like in my teens in the 70s and in my 20s in the 80s. And then just 90s from then on out. Because that's where that's where it all fell apart. 2000, Y2K. Which, by the way, the fact that everyone's freaking out about AI, I'm like, you weren't around when people thought the world was going to end because the computer had to put 3 zeros in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Was the fear of why? I mean, people were like jumping off cliffs holding hands.
Yeah.
People are like, it's over. The computer's not going to be able to deal with 3 zeros in a row. No, Mom, that's you and your checkbook. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Well, because the people who wrote the original computer programs, it was in the 60s, the 50s and 60s, that they were writing the foundational stuff for computer science. And they couldn't imagine that the year 2000 would ever even come.
Was that
so far
what it
away.
was?
So the things that kept track of dates and times on all of the computers and all the software that had ever been made, none of them had the foundational coding
they were like,
to understand.
This is going to be used to traffic kids. We'll be in jail by that year.
Yeah. The year 2000.
We're not going to make it.
Never going to happen.
Yeah, we're going to live on an island. Okay?
So it was like
this awesome dude we just met.
They thought banking software was going to crash and all of your records and accounts and all the digital transactions and money were going to not be findable anymore.
But now that you're an adult, what's the equivalent? Like, is it the equivalent of like every couple of years, a bunch of dorks on Reddit freak out about the Mayan calendar and real adults are like, it's fine. When we were freaking about Y2K, we're real adults. Like, guys, we know this is fine. You know what I'm saying? Were we the idiots? I was like buying toilet paper, like as if that was what I needed in the apocalypse.
Yeah, it was a doomsday cult sort of thing. People were buying into it.
I bought into it is what I'm trying to say. I'm coming out as a Y2K'er right now.
There's a reason to put a bunker in your backyard every couple of years.
Well, I think it's important that we talk about why this is not my plan today. Here we are, that we talk about Y2K because for those of you that don't remember, it was going from 1999 to 2000. Everyone I knew was like, the world's going to end because the computers are going to explode. They're not going to know what to do with that zero on the end. During that time, was I correct or was I the dumbest person on earth?
I think it was a real problem for very small scenarios and they were able to fix it.
Was it a fake fear that was made up to get us to...
Everything in the late 90s was branded with the millennium theme.
Right.
The turn of the millennium was in pop music and movies.
Is AI the equivalent to Y2K? AI on the horizon.
Yeah, just not such a fixed calendar date. They're not saying like, here's the date it's all gonna go nuts.
You know me, I can't allow it's just... Young Dro said it. Everything y'all did has been done. And once you hear a rapper say that, you can never feel confident you are original ever again. Rappers just like, crush all hope that anyone has, that they're special. Everything y'all did has been done. So whenever there's some big fear about something, I'm like, what was the version in the 70s? What was the version in the 60s? Like when were elevators invented? Because I guess everyone was paranoid that it was going to make pregnant women explode. People were legitimately scared of that, which is part of the reason so many pregnant women...
It took the elevator to form that opinion.
We're sprinting to the elevators en masse and like so disappointed. But I am just obsessed right now with irrational fears because I feel like there's so many real things to be scared of. But we're picking the more irrational ones just because it's like less real, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, Mercury's in retrograde. I'm like, honey, baby, we're at war. I just got a solar generator.
You just want to worry about something that has a chance of not being true.
Yes, that's it. It's like the way that I've always dated. I would only date people that I knew nothing would ever come of it. Okay. I dated 2 French magicians in a row. That's not someone looking for love.
And neither of them tried to make you their lovely assistant.
Not one time. You can't cut me in half. I'm already bipolar.
Yeah. Who are they cheating on you with? Obviously, the girl in the box.
I'm actually not bipolar. Isn't that weird?
I don't believe you.
Okay, so we're all giggles today. We're gigs. We're giggles. We're, touring. Oh, I love touring so much because I was just in Sacramento and Santa Rosa. Thank you guys for re-injecting me with hope that there's ways to get through this life without absorbing reality. I've never done stand-up during a war. I don't think, at least not like a combat war. Invisible warfare, internet bot warfare, fine.
Renfair.
I mean, y'all are coming out in droves. No one's at home prepping. No one's panicked about congregating.
Or they're done prepping.
They're done prepping. I mean, it was a hoedown. We had so much fun. And I was like, because doing stand-up, you find your people, not online when you post, but haters find each other. So when people are negative in the comments and stuff, I'm always like, look at these, they're all finding friends. This is so great. All the people that hate, mouthy, opinionated, brunettes with crooked nostrils, they're going to find each other and they get great. I think that's, I'm glad I could help. And going to the shows this weekend, I was like, you're my people. You're the people when, the bombs started flying, we started yucking. You're all the people that cope with humor. And these are my people. We had such a good time. We were being such goofballs. And there's a hopefulness to it. There was a hopefulness. And I even started buying things. This is just here because Chris left it. But now I'm into the life extension thing. Remember, I was like, why do you guys want to live so long? What are we doing with all this stuff? Why are we ice bathing? Why are we saunaing? What are we doing? Why are we eating 2 blueberries every 20 minutes? Like, what is all this? How long do you guys want to live? Right now, I am invigorated. I've been buying items off TikTok shop that are exercise items. Look at this thing.
You just added 45 minutes to your life.
Oh, don't worry. I'll remove it shortly when I dye my roots. But I'm ready to fight zombies. I'm fully ready for them. I'm confident that if the government can keep whatever iteration of aliens they are secret, that they're not that scary. If our government can manage to keep the whatever UAE, what is it? UFO.
They're contained. Whatever it is,
the unhoused.
It's contained.
Yeah, whatever. If our government can keep it private, I'm not too worried. But zombies, I'm prepping for. I got some battle rope things that are just like, I'm excited about the future. You know this. It's when you grew up in chaos, you feel calm in crisis. Because the shoe dropped. When the shoe drops, it's now I get to.
Now I have the advantage.
See, that's it. Because here's the thing. I was in a paralysis earlier because I was waiting for the shoe to drop.
Yeah.
You guys didn't even know there was a shoe. And then now you guys are all freaked out. I'm like, oh, thank God. Finally, we just went to war. Now I don't have to tell everyone we're about to go to war and they think I'm crazy. And it's also, I guess, for people that, not conspiracy theory people, but for people that are just like, I see what's coming. We're like, told ya.
Who's crazy now?
The joy that comes when something horrific is actually acknowledged is kind of dark. Because you're just like, see, we can't change the fact that it's happening. We might as well rejoice a tiny bit that we were finally right, not alt-right, just correct. Let's take a break for you taking notes. You guys see these on my table all the time here in the podcast studio. You know I'm obsessed with OLIPOP. I am so obsessed with these. I've been drinking way before they sponsored the show. I was obsessed with OLIPOP. Maybe they took pity on me and were like, fine, just throw her a bone. It tastes like the actual sodas you drank growing up. OLIPOP I'm obsessed with it. Well, The orange and the grape have been my forever favorites. It's all I drink. They do cream soda now. I'm kind of just like obsessed with, but I don't overdo that one because like it's like, oh my God, I'm just like crushing it at the roller rink. What I love about OLIPOP is that it is reimagining soda with high fiber and low sugar. It contains a functional ingredient blend that supports digestive health. So many people are trying to be more conscious about what they're drinking without feeling deprived. They made it super easy to try. Get a free can of OLIPOP. Buy 2 cans of OLIPOP in a store, and they will pay you back for 1. It works in any flavor, any retailer. Go to drinkolipop.com/Whitney. OLIPOP is sold online. Drinkolipop.com. Amazon, also available in the soda aisle with chilled beverages at thousands of retailers nationwide, including Walmart, Target, Costco, and Huel. Yeah. Cashape, also known as Cash App to idiots, is one of those apps that just makes everyday money it makes it all less annoying. Whether I'm splitting something, I'm sending money quickly. It's always quickly. It's always like quick. How quick can you get this to me? It's never like whenever it's easy. I'd love be helpful if in the next. It's always like I truly need this now. Using the Cash App card, everything is less of a hassle. It keeps things simple. I like having everything in one place. I am a double Virgo till I die. I'm always into anything that makes regular spending feel a little bit smarter. Cash App just released a new status program for the way people actually spend. It's called Cash App Green. It unlocks new ways for you to pay, get rewarded, and easily grow and manage your money on your terms. Now, when you spend at least $500 a month with the Cash App card or Cash App Pay, you earn green status, which unlocks the benefits like up to $200 of free overdraft coverage, higher borrow limits, and custom personalized cash back offers every Friday at places that you love to shop. Turn everyday spending into status with Cash App Green. Download Cash App today. Visit cashapp.com/new to learn more about this and other great features. Launching now for a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use the code Cash App 10 in their profile at sign up and then send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Cash App Green, overdraft coverage to borrow. Cash App back offers and promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. I am a mom of a 2-year and 3-month-old kid. To get food down my gullet, I mean, it is truly is it whack-a-mole? Hungry hippos? What's the thing where you just don't get to eat? Torture? What is this? The Geneva Accords? I have a piece of toast with jelly and peanut butter on the desk. It's right here. For the past, since 7 a.m., I've been trying to eat this. You can't it's not possible. It's not going to happen. All right. Huel Black Edition. This has changed my life. I'm not kidding. It is like I can drink something. I can chewing. There's just no time. I mean, someone call CPS. I took 3 bites of food today and swallowed it near my son, who is currently climbing a Christmas tree that I've not taken down because there's no time. All right. So I'm obsessed. I take this with me wherever I go. I probably have a couple a day. And guess what? My guy and my baby's dad, they're obsessed with it. And they have great taste in women. I just mean, I have them all in my garage fridge. And every time I go to get one, they're all gone. Everyone in my life is sustaining on Huel. It's a complete meal with 35 grams of protein, 27 essential vitamins, minerals, no artificial sweeteners, colors, flavors, gluten-free. It's under $5 per meal. It's ridiculously easy. And I don't think about eating. Like, it keeps you full. On days when I'm home, I just want something a little more customized. I use the Black Edition powder. You can blend it with ice. I put it in smoothies. Complete meal benefits, same deal, just a different vibe. Limited time offer. Get Huel today with my exclusive offer of 15% off online with my code Whitney15. Whitney, my name, 15, because that's how old I look now that I'm drinking Huel.com/Whitney15. New customers only. Thank you to Huel for partnering and supporting our show and for keeping me alive. So we're not going to be a downer anymore. We are. I just think that this week on the podcast, the most important thing we can do is, honestly, I want to be responsible with my platform. I do. I'm the LOLs all over the place. Okay. Hee-hees, ha-has. But I do want to use my platform responsibly. So let's just say this quickly, just to make sure America's educated. There's a couple pratfalls that I believe need to be at the top of your list of importance now, immediately. You can get to the fatality numbers and the war later. I'm done with any world events, and let's get back to pratfalls. Yeah, guys. Is there a bread and circus? There is now. That's what I'm doing. Okay? Everyone's like, the bread and circus is distracting us. I'm like, where's the circuit? Where? I'd love to go to these distractions everyone's talking about. Where are they? Every time I try to go to a distraction, they lecture me to vote. They tell me there's chemicals in my favorite food that I can't drink. There's no water. There's no water. Even if there's water. Something came up on my feed the other day that said, glass water bottles have more microplastics than plastic ones. And I was like, you know what? Great news. I'm done. I'm done.
Eggs are good. Eggs are bad.
You guys, when you all make up your minds, I'll be back. You need more time. I'm not doing your slot machine. I am going back to science I can trust and believe in. Overconfidence plus gravity equals pratfall. Let's go. Let's cover some pratfalls. Some that you may not know about. Some that you may know about, but we got to dig into it more. DJ Khaled. So explain to me how the man who hoards my favorite diptyque candle, the base candle, whenever it's out, is because DJ Khaled hoards the base candle by Diptyque. And you know what? I bet he doesn't even use them. I bet he just gets them so other people can't have them. And if you're him, you have to have that mentality. That is a power move that is truly inconceivable. He's just like, you guys are attacking white women and criticizing them. I'm taking their favorite candle.
I love candles, but this is my favorite candle. It's the Bay Dip. I want to say it right. Is it Diptyque? Diptyque. The Bay flavor is my favorite candle. I get these at the Diptyque store. They love me. I know when I walk in, I want it all. Load up. If you follow my career, and you know I love these. And if you ever been to my house or my office, you know I love these. When I'm on tour, my dressing room, be having them. It's part of my rider. It's important.
So they can't unwind. Like that's activism. We're not letting these white women relax. We are taking their favorite candle.
Yeah. You're not going to make them feel bad with your words. You take away their candles.
Yeah. So I'm just like, well, how do I relax? I don't have that relaxing smell. I mean, I'm going to make their houses smell bad. So let's play this clip. Let's play it. So couple things here. I don't entirely blame DJ Khaled's body for this.
Okay.
Everyone is also holding their phones. So crowd surfing's done. I'm fascinated by the little things that are gone because of phones, because of tech. You guys are like, oh, we're replacing humans. I'm like, okay, good. We're replacing crowd surfing's gone. Everyone in that video is holding a cell phone, half holding him, trying to get themselves holding him, and he falls. This is the kind of Darwinism this is my kink. We want a photo of ourselves with the famous person because we love them so much that when we're actually holding them in the palm of our hands, we drop them on the floor.
I think they needed a little more prep time.
By the way, the velocity was wild. He also ran. This dude, this is part of why he's such a he's never watched crowd surfing videos.
He's serving the moment. He didn't overthink it.
He did attack them. He did attack them. He went full America here. I mean, I think crowd surfing, you're supposed to gently kind of fall back. He ran and dove.
Or get them all together and put your phone down.
Everyone's holding their phones and they drop this man. They could have held him up. I feel like the type of people that go see DJ Khaled in person could they're deep throat and protein powder pretty regularly.
If all of those people could be regrouped and they were given a second shot without holding their cell phones, I don't know that the result would be any different.
If you want to make the argument that DJ Khaled's fans do not have the pull-up bar in their bathroom door, it's over, Pat. It's over. If you don't think that's the demo that buys the 5-hour energy drink from 7-Eleven, you have blind spots. And you are, when did Pat become the least relatable person on this podcast? So we're dropping our heroes.
So the candles are all out of stock, and that's why the energy drinks are gone.
In his will, where do the candles go? That's all I want to know. There's certain things we have to know about celebrities. You can't buy, when you try to go buy tickets to like a concert and they're like, you can only buy 4, or like there's certain things that's like limits of randomly, like Taylor Swift's merch, you can only buy like 2 of the thing or something. Why does DJ Khaled get to buy all the candles? The Diptyque candles. I bet he has different people buy them like this is important. This is a pathology that that I'm obsessed with after someone commits a crime, what their neighbors say. Such a nice guy. Yeah, he was behaving in a way so that
until they found all the candles.
Why is this guy, what's going on?
They have to go to a warehouse or something.
Something's going to hit weird and I'm going to go, no, remember the candles? Like in Clue, the candlestick. There's something going on. I don't know what it is. It's someone else's job because my ADDs now needs to get to something else. But I'm on to something.
I think you should befriend him and ask him during a private moment.
All I'm asking is that everybody not brush past weird things that celebrities do just because they're celebrities. Remember when Diddy was changing his name every couple months? There's things where, remember when Epstein was dating a woman that looked like Janet from Three's Company and nobody thought it was weird? Like, look at the thing no one's looking at. Closet full of candles. That's as far as I'm going to go. Is there another pratfall that we can look at? If you want to talk about international politics through the lens of pratfalls, Cuba. Lots going on in Cuba right now. Not my problem. Do you remember when Fidel Castro fell down a flight of stairs?
The Cuban leader was walking off the stage after delivering a graduation speech when he missed a step and face planted into the ground.
Wait, can you play it again? Hold on. I'm laughing so hard that like snot's coming out of my nose.
The Cuban leader was walking off the stage after delivering a graduation speech when he missed a step and face planted into the ground.
So this is important. Even as he's falling, he's like, this wouldn't happen to me. Like he's not catching him. He's not even going to catch himself. He's like, well, this is someone else's problem. Someone's going to get me. And then he falls on his face.
He didn't defensively protect his face because he was sure this wasn't actually happening to him.
Like this is a man who's like, I'm not falling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not falling. This isn't happening.
I won't allow the floor to hit my face.
I went paddleboarding once. The first and last time I went paddleboarding. No, I actually liked it. It was in Lake Arrowhead. And I went with a friend of mine and we're paddleboarding and we both fell separate times and we both fell completely different ways. He fell. As soon as he fell, he just surrendered. Surrendered. I was like, you just gave up. I was like, that was crazy. He was just like, up and just went. I fought tooth and nail. I was like, this is not, no. Like, he's like, the way you fell was like the road runner trying to like get off the ground in the desert. Like, I was just like, no. Like I turned fully around by the time I hit the water. I was already like, I'm up. We're not doing this. Absolutely. No one in this lake is going to watch me struggle to get back on a paddleboard. Okay. In a Target bathing suit that I think belonged in the children's section. This is important because, Whitney, why are we watching pratfalls during a war? Because these are just human beings. When you see the leader of a country trip and fall down a flight of stairs, you're like, that's just a guy. That's just a guy with an inner ear thing. Like he might just have a cold that day. That's just a guy who has gotten so accustomed to being catered to, told yes, that like, he's just like, stairs don't apply to me. When do you, as the leader of a country, stop looking where you're going? This is what I'm worried. Remember the show Succession did this amazing job there was an episode where everyone was like sick. All these billionaires were like sick. And just as, a way to show like these people are just bags of blood like the rest of us. Like they get sick. They get like bacteria. They're like feeble and fragile. Like it's just such a weird thing to see this like titan of a man that everyone respects. Just like there's truly empires that could topple if the man leading it walked through a spider web. Imagine Vladimir Putin. There's like 9 spider web guys that are just like ahead of him, just like, because if he goes on camera, like Russia's over.
I would imagine in a place like Russia, when that footage does happen, everybody there disappears.
I know. It's such a weird thing. Like these men that are all just at war with each other in this world. I'm like, don't you ever get lonely? Does it ever get sad poisoning your friends? Like, doesn't it get, is there ever, I'm just curious, do these men ever just go like, God, I miss Oleg? Miss that. No, right? They're just psychopaths. No, people are just like, it's chess. Everyone's a chess piece.
Yeah. And they're able to ignore the fact that like they're probably going to be gone themselves in 10 years.
Yeah. And it's for the good of the nation. All of these poor people that I refuse to give health care, they're better off if I kill you. All right. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the old face here, right? Makeup is a problem. The point of makeup, I think everyone's forgetting, because there's tutorials now. Everyone can go watch, like, people put on makeup, and it's started making people be makeup-y. I'm just trying to look healthy, fresh. Is that so much to ask to look like I was just born? Is it so much to ask for these makeup companies to just make me look like a fairy nymph in the woods with a dewdrop on my nose? Is it so hard to make me look like I am inside of a hibiscus when it is raining in Hawaii? What's the problem? Is there a radiance issue? Did we cancel luminosity? This is why I love Jones Road Beauty, okay? The Miracle Balm has usurped my entire head. It gives you this it just looks like your skin, okay? You don't look like marzipan. You don't look like a mochi. Love those things. Don't want to look like them. Brushes are, I'm not even a germ weirdo, but brushes are, we have bugs in our eyebrows and eyelashes, you guys. Imagine what is in those brushes, okay? So just saying, I love that you just put it on. You don't need to airbrush your whole head, okay? You use it. It's like a bronzer. It's a blush. It's a highlighter. I even use it on my lips. It is a game changer. Game changer. And all of Jones Road's formulas are clean, high performing, so they look good. They feel good on your skin. We know this. I'm also into their Just Enough. Okay, they have a tinted moisturizer, which is like lightweight, natural. I have a little on right now. You don't have to do a lot, okay? I do this palette as well. It's like 3 colors. One is like a cheek stain, okay? And I'm doing this. I don't have to do it like that. I feel like I'm like playing it up for you guys to try to look cute. I actually just do like that. I'm not like super cute about it. Look at it. Look at that. Look, doesn't it look like I had a good childhood? What? And then this is a highlighter, which I do under my eyebrows, okay? I'm not really looking in the mirror, so this might look crazy. I do it right, boom, at the crease of both my eyes. Boom. Mentally healthy. A little bit under this waterline. And then, right there, the top of your lip, right there. Now what, Reddit? Oh, you're in love with me. Okay. Jones Road is my favorite. Also, you can just throw this in your back pocket. It's no problem. So for a limited time, our listeners are going to get a free shimmer face oil on their first purchase when they use code Whitney at checkout. Head to jonesroadbeauty.com. Use code Whitney at checkout. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard from them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you. Get cozy. DraftKings Casino is turning up the heat this winter. They've got more than 1,000 slots. So whether you like the classic style games or you want something that feels a little more intense, a little newer, they have a ton to play. It's one of those things where you open an app, suddenly you've got way more options than you expected. And it actually feels like fun, right away. If you're ADD like me, it's the fun's got to come now. If you're into casino games and you want something easy to jump into, it is a great time to check it out. There are a ton of slot options. The app is easy to use, and the offer for new players is actually huge. So if you've been curious, now is the time. New players can wager $5 and get 500 spins over 10 days on your choice of Cash Eruption slots. Download the DraftKings Casino app, sign up with code Whitney, and start spinning. The crown is yours. In partnership with DraftKings Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus, physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. Non-withdrawable spins issued as 50 spins per day for 10 days. Valid for select games only after 24 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends May 3rd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. You know that I'm a doctor and I'm dispensing emotional medicine, okay? Laughter is the best medicine, and I'm giving it to you right now. Kelsey Grammer did fall off the stage, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago.
Longer than that.
It's so embedded in my psyche. It
happened yesterday.
It was probably like 15. Yeah, it was probably, it happened yesterday because I watched it 4 times yesterday. And he was giving a speech, and I think I'm also obsessed with pratfalls because when I am on stage, like that would be the worst thing that could happen. Is like we're obsessed with studying the thing that's the scariest to us, whereas I think most women watch murder documentaries and stuff. I watch people falling off stages because that would be it. That'd be the end. The end. And Kelsey Grammer was giving a speech and he falls into like a pit, like the orchestra pit or something.
Pretending I was a UN interpreter. Oh, good Lord. Oh.
I actually feel so bad. The fact that I'm laughing, it's taught me so much about why I'm laughing. And for all of you dorks that are mad at jokes, study your reaction to a pratfall. If you can't laugh at it, you're the type of person that is just not, you don't use comedy to cope. And that's okay. But the people that do and the people that don't frankly, be separated at all times. We should be broken into, instead of North and South, or we should break up this country into people who laugh at, people falling and people don't. You know what? There's a very deep existential, probably entwined with the terror management theory that when someone falls, it's like, we could all die at any moment. Like it's a bigger picture. We are so at the edge of death at all times. There's people who like can't get stung by a bee and it's over. Like the stingers are, tiny, can take out an adult man. If a bee can take out an adult man, like we're all just like, there's a horror that you can only laugh at. I almost just saw my friend die. Like he tripped, but like he made it somehow. Between the concrete, if you hadn't just sprained your wrist, you'd be dead. Like that concrete, between you and the concrete, I got my money on the concrete. Instead of your Easter egg head. Your Cadbury cream egg of a head. It's laughing is a relief, is what I'm saying. You're not going like, ha ha, they're hurt. You're going, oh my God. Like, could have
been any one of us.
We're running out of time. So anyway, I just thought we should have some giggle, ha-has. Last week, we talked about Jim Carrey. Pat was right. Again, I was hoodwinked. He was using the French artist, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Do you think that he was trying to basically go, this is how good the masks have gotten, so question everything you see?
So much conspiracy theory and conjecture and all this stuff has been thrown into the global discussion about powerful people that it's like questioning, is this possible? Can this happen? Is this possible? Can this happen? And for someone to lay it out with like, it's almost like a demonstration, acknowledging what could be possible, I think. And
the guy's name is Alex Stone. So the guy, Alex Stone, he's done Madonna and Jack Nicholson, and he like goes around in masks like all the time. That it's kind of thing where it's like, yes, like
Scooby-Doo, Mission Impossible, They've been doing the who done it mask reveal for 100 years.
I mean, he
now.
did the movie The Mask too, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So it's just going, hey, the masks are for a photo that's far away from someone in a prison yard that's just walking around. Here's a photo of him or her in prison. Here's it's possible. It's passable.
Yeah.
That's a very cool thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't usually think stuff like that hits, but like that hits.
Yeah, it was like a case study example.
Because if he said it, like you guys are listening to me say this now and you're going, she's nuts. But just showing it is so sick.
Controlling it.
No one can refute it.
Yeah.
And it's also, if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, you don't.
Yeah. But it's now it's citable. You can reference that when talking about another thing that could be.
Yes. Well, that guy showed up in the Jim Carrey mask and people just thought he had gotten a nose job.
Yeah. Okay,
let's get to stuff that's actually relevant and in the zeitgeist. People are obsessed with Carolyn Bessette Kennedy right now. My entire feed is Carolyn Bessette Kennedy. My friends are trying to dress like Carolyn Bessette Kennedy. I'm like, honey, it's over. It's over. You're baby. What are we doing? We're not doing a boat neck, a top, all of us, a really kitten heel. We're not, let's get the Crocs back on and be adults about this. All right. People are obsessed with her. And I'm just going to say it. I believe, yes, she's gorgeous. Yes, we want to know how she did it. Fine. We'll get to that. But I think the reason people are obsessed with Carolyn Bessette Kennedy is because we never heard her speak. So we can't hate her. There's nothing we can twist. There's nothing we can be annoyed at. She lets us project on her. Smart. Also, we're obsessed with her because we want to know, how'd she do it? How'd she get him? What was it? Tell us. Compliments, you laughed at his jokes, Kegels, what was it? Same reason we're obsessed with Meghan Markle, Princess Diana. You know what? Meghan knows what she's doing. She pretends not to talk, which passes for men. Like, she's like, those girls that are like, I didn't say anything. Like, I'll talk a lot and be like, yeah, but I didn't say this thing. I'm like, quiet as a mouse. She'll advertise how little she talks, but all she's doing is actually talking. She's the person who wants a trophy when she doesn't send her food back at a restaurant. It's like that person. It's like, I didn't send it back. I just sat here and ate it. They don't interrupt a conversation. And they're like, yeah, I just sat there and let him talk. You're like, that's what a conversation is. That's how it works. I mean, I don't do that, but you can't. If you want to be a princess, the basic thing is you have to wait your turn when the person with the diamonds on their head is talking, if you want to live in the castle. It's like, I was like silenced. Yeah, you didn't have enough diamonds on your head. Do you not remember how imaginary tea parties work? It's very simple stuff here. But Meghan Markle, Kate Middleton, Princess Diana, it's always like, how did she get the prince? Like, how did she get the guy? That's it with Carolyn Bessette. Women are studying him. How did she get him? How did she get JFK Jr.? I have a theory about these rich men. They don't want to see brown hair in a shower drain. I said it. Whenever I have dated a guy who had money growing up somehow, every time I take a shower, I'm cleaning the drain. Popping off a couple Lee press-on nails, getting it out. And then I got to put it in the toilet. They don't know what to do with hair that isn't blonde. They had cleaning ladies. They haven't seen a natural living human shedding and molting. Also, the stress of being with someone like that makes you start going bald. But they never had to see it. The Kennedy family in particular, blondes only. This is the family who couldn't just leave Marilyn Monroe out of it. They couldn't do it. And Marilyn Monroe was a bottle blonde, which is trouble. Stay with me. When you have a blonde woman with the brunette personality, you're not prepared. If you grew up brunette and then you go to blonde, no one is ready. No one is ready because they carry the grit of always having coming in second, but now they have the power of easily coming in first, but the resentment that now they are getting preferential treatment they don't deserve. They're like, wait, I went all that time being brunette for no reason? I did more damage the year that I was blonde than any year of my life. I was like, what? I didn't know about this level. I didn't even know this was an option. When you've been brunette your whole life and then you're blonde and you like go to Starbucks, you're like, why did you draw a heart on my cup? You got my name right? Like, I didn't even know this was an option. You go on a plane and the pilot like invites you to see the cockpit. You're like, huh? What? I fly 7 times a week. I've never seen the cockpit. I get to press some buttons? Why? What? It's so weird. It is so weird when you start getting that preferential treatment. Like when you're a kid, see, I have blondes in my family and brunettes. And when you go to the pool, it's 2 different things. The blondes are just getting sunscreen put on them. And we're just like in the deep end, just like with a kickboard. They're like, put the kickboard over your face. It's not. So it's different. Carolyn was not a natural blonde. Stay with me. Carolyn Bessette Kennedy was a bottle blonde. She was a natural light to medium brunette. Stay with me. Her iconic 90s butter blonde quote, this is I pulled from Claude or somewhere, was created by colorist Brad Johns. I know this sounds boring. Stay with me. She did something called a chunking technique, starting with a toffee base, adding golden highlights to mimic what, Pat?
Croissants.
A child's natural summer beach hair. I said I wouldn't do this today. She did it. She's like, you want the copper tone, girl? Here I am. Probably didn't have pubes either. I'm just saying, the more you look like a golden child, the better your chances. And the more you pass as a child, but are actually an adult, jackpot. So look, also, Chris Rock said something so funny when the Tiger Woods thing was happening, because the whole thing was like Tiger Woods has 18 girlfriends and women were all like, they were all bottle service girls. And Chris Rock just went, we don't care what you do. Which like I've spent my whole life being like, you have to be like self-sufficient. It's just so that a good guy wants to date. Yeah. So she also was the dream girl with her job. She was a sales girl. She started as a sales girl. She was working at Ralph Lauren selling clothes, right? They loved her style. And then she started being like the VIP salesperson to celebrities. That was like her whole thing. So she had a job, but it was service-based. She knew how to like tie a tie for a man. She knew how to like know your size. She knew how, she was service-based. And it was a job that kind of didn't really matter. Like, I could take you out of it whenever you want, but she's not a gold digger. She's making $4 an hour. It's not a job where you're going to have any control of your life. You still have to defer to me, right? And you know how to tie a tie. And I'm Kennedy. So I'm really trying, you guys. I like her and I'm sorry about everything that happened to her. But you know what my biggest pet peeve is in humans. And you know why it's my biggest pet peeve? Because sometimes I do it and I hate that I do it. So my thing with Marilyn Monroe, this thing where blondes can just show up whenever they want. Because they're like, but I'm like, you know how we are. Like, you didn't have to brush your hair as blonde. You didn't have to curl it. I got to put 19. You know the thing that in No Country for Old Men that he used? So I have to use that on my own head for like 20 minutes just to look like, Johnny Depp in From Dusk Till Dawn. Okay. Was he in that?
He was in that.
Who was it?
But if he was.
Who was it? It was Woody Harrelson?
And Banderas.
That's right. Antonio Banderas. Whatever. You look in the comments to see what I'm dressed like today and what I look like. Her wedding in 1996. I was like, like her. I like her. She seems cool. Married the wrong guy. Whatever. Dazzled. She got swept up. Why did she have to be 2 hours late to her own wedding? I don't like it. I'm obsessed with Marilyn Monroe, but then someone shows me a quote where she's like, always be at least 4 hours late, keeps them waiting. I'm like, huh? Some people have to get to their other job, Marilyn, sweetheart. Some people have been there since 4 a.m. Some people have, this is why no women can work in Hollywood. Because the couple famous ones that don't have kids show up late. And then the ones with kids are like, well, I have to go. We don't have formula yet.
We'll find another one.
I gotta hoof my sternum back to Santa Clarita to fight the leprosy antibodies and young Harry. So she was 2 hours late to her own wedding. See, this is what, when they try to like you try to document a beautiful woman with like how nymphish she is because she's like always late. Like she's just like late. You don't get to be late if you're marrying a billionaire. What's the excuse? Her bias cut silk dress was so fitted and delicate that it was difficult to get over her head and required complex last-minute fittings. Why last minute? Making her late for the event. She has amazing style. She has amazing style. Fine. It's not my thing. This whole thing where just because it's simple, you're not better than me because you're simple. It's like the documentary of fashion choices. Just because you watched a documentary doesn't mean you read a book and you're not smarter than me. Just because you wear really simple clothes and buy stuff on retail and I buy stuff from gas stations via eBay, you're not better than me. You're just minimalist. I'm a maximalist. You're not better than me because you take no risks. Okay? So also, the level of hungry you have to be to pull off the clothes that she wore is astounding. I'm just not willing to be that hangry. I just can't. I'd rather not be a fashion icon and also not like snap at the people I love the most. I'm obsessed with the last minute power struggle things men and women do before they surrender because she quit her job for him. She's like in the public eye. Her life is, and she's like, well, this is my last. Is this subconsciously her last way of showing like, I may be completely surrendering to the Kennedy family and I've lost my entire identity in the process and job and friends and everything. But like, that's what I feel like lateness is sometimes. Like when a girlfriend of mine shows up late to something, I'm like, are you feeling like I run the show in our friendship? Like, are you feeling like I'm always like, let's do this. I'm not available on your time. I don't drive to your house enough. Like, what's going on? Like, is this like a...
Subconsciously, probably.
Kind of, yeah. Right? So, the dress was beautiful. JFK Jr. was like, we're not marrying you for your fashion. I'm marrying you because you let me cheat on you. Let's be honest. You're the prettiest girl I could find who would be fine with me cheating on you. Like, I don't care about your dress. But the family's weird. And it gets weird when we start to like glamorize this woman who was just pulverized by this family. Like men like JFK Jr., like they're very strategic about who they marry. He saw her and something happened. People are like, how do I emulate? You can't. He saw her and there was some prototype in his head that is so beyond any choices that you make. He saw her and he was like, that's Eve. I'm Adam, that's Eve. That's Aphrodite, I'm Zeus. It was like a casting thing. Those people cast someone that's like that's what I saw in a fresco, a painting on the ceiling in an Italian castle when I was training to be Illuminati at Illuminati camp at the Vatican or whatever it was. JFK, we're going to wrap this up. I'm just going to throw some things at you. Do with them what they will. JFK's coffin was thrown into the ocean. Did you know that?
No.
Like, you guys want to talk about like the fashion choices of Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, and I'm really trying. But also, why was JFK's original coffin dropped into the ocean in 1966 by the U.S. Air Force at the request of the Kennedy family to prevent it from becoming a morbid relic or souvenir due to public fascination with the assassination? Anyone know? Also, what? He said Robert F. Kennedy cited that his brother's wish for a burial at sea was symbolic justification of that. All right. The damaged casket was drilled, weighted with sandbags, sunk in the Atlantic beyond. Who was in this casket? Who was in this casket is my question. So they just dropped it in the Atlantic Ocean. So you're telling me that some dolphin got CTE because you guys needed to hide a body? Imagine being just like a sea turtle who's just like, God, like just what? Do they know where it is? Like, is this, I think we should dig it up. Speaking of, in July 2012, RFK Jr. exhumed and dug up the body of his estranged wife, Mary Richardson Kennedy, about 700 feet away from the plot to a new separate plot at St. Francis Xavier Cemetery on Cape Cod. What is this? Guys, they didn't notify the siblings, relocated her from a family plot on the hillside with space for future development. RFK Jr. spokesperson stated that the original area was too crowded. And the new spot was on a sunny hillside, provided room for their children to be buried nearby. Are their deaths planned? What's happening? What is this Jenga game of caskets? What is this Tetris of bodies we're doing under the ocean and under the ground? Quote, the move was made in the middle of the night. I thought we wanted sunny hillside. I thought we wanted illumination without the knowledge of her family and allegedly without legal permits. Well, yeah.
It was a surprise. You're going to ruin the surprise.
Look, for me, popular topics are an opportunity to unearth, dig up, exhume facts that I feel like should be in the zeitgeist. I'm not going to comment on it. Do with that what you will. Speaking of wills, do I need to specify in my will to, if I'm buried, just leave me there? Like, just leave it. Like, I do a Post-it note that says, like, keep this door closed because there's a dog inside. Do we need a Post-it note on my casket that's like, leave it? Stays here, keep it closed and leave it.
Yeah, like the Egyptian tombs. They had all like the spooky warnings on the wall. Like, don't touch it. Don't disturb it. Don't do it. And then
I wasn't planning on it.
And then they're cursed. Then there's a curse. I mean, you could write up a curse.
But why not just let someone be cursed? Why are you stopping someone from being like what? Like,
it's like a fair warning, like vampires. Like, you have to invite it.
But also, isn't that where you would hide a diamond in a place where people are like, don't touch?
Yeah.
You know
but
what I mean?
if you want a curse to stick, you have to make sure that the person being cursed is overtly willing to be.
I'd rather have a diamond and be cursed. Me right now.
Yeah.
Marriage. So that's where I am today. And I know it's a lot, but this is what's going on in my brain. If this episode does nothing but give you permission to have wild, scattered thoughts at the moment, and process information at your own speed, and maybe stay snagged on things that you won't. I just think we shouldn't let things slide, even if you don't know what it means yet.
Mm-hmm.
Khaled and all these candles. It's just add it as a Post-it note to the wall. Might matter, might not.
The world is moving so fast right now. It's a good time to pause and like clean up the backlog.
I just think we're all so disconnected from our gut, and we're so programmed of what to think is important and what details matter and how things should be framed. And I kind of just like to go like, what's really weird about what's my brain not dropping and why? RFK digging up his ex-wife in the middle of the night and moving her somewhere. It's just like, it comes up a lot.
If you have more than one story in your life about moving a dead thing, there's a different...
I didn't even bring up the bear. This isn't even including the bear. This isn't even including...
You should run a count. How many times has the Kennedy family generally moved a dead thing under the cover of darkness?
Wait, where did they drop the coffin and where did the plane crash of his son? Oh, God.
Disinformation is the only thing available, I would imagine.
I know, but what does your intuition do? sophisticated civilizations were built on instinct and intuition alone. We've lost it. They're like, we can't make the pyramids. Yeah, because we're probably trying too hard to put math on. Does this feel like it's going to work? It doesn't feel like it's going to work. That's what it used to be. I feel like it needs to be over more. We started going, but the math isn't mathing. Huh? There's a whole subway system under Los Angeles that has not been, that has not been finished because $2 billion they put in this. Spencer Pratt, get Googling. They realized that the math, it wasn't going to hit. It wasn't going to connect at like a mile away. So they just stopped it.
I think the fact that train line was going to end in Beverly Hills had a lot to do with why it stopped.
Guy's wife came in and was like, I don't feel like this is going to connect. Can you just measure it again?
Yeah.
Feels off.
Hey, let's find a mathematical reason to stop this from bringing train people into Beverly Hills.
Yeah. And all the billionaires like, darn, now we just have a tunnel. Ah, what a bummer.
Yeah. A forgotten tunnel.
Now we just have an awesome tunnel with no train in it that goes from LAX airport to Malibu.
That's right. Yeah. And nobody from downtown can get in there.
Gosh. News really is just to get you going a different direction, isn't it?
Yeah. You've got your explanation. Now move on with your life.
On that note, don't ride elephants. Love you guys. See you soon.